Hey everybody, Pops Customs here. Some random thoughts for you. Seems like a lot of people are kind of taking what we're doing a little bit against, I guess, whatever Evolution has built. I think that Evolution built a great cart, guys. They built a golf cart that's really stout, strong, robust, sturdy, right? You go send an 18-year-old out there and he brings his buddies and they go out on the golf course, right? And they go jumping over hills or sand or whatever and, you know, doing whatever 18, 19, 20-year-olds do. We've all been there at some point and kind of got rowdy, right? And Evolution built an amazing machine that when he got done, you'd still have a whole cart left and he could drive it back to you, right? Well, that's a golf cart, and that's what most people have. And because it's less expensive and it's easily attainable, and that's what all the dealerships carry, and that's what, you know, the neighbors have, and that's what's commonplace, and so everybody goes that direction. But the reality is most people buy golf carts, but they want PTVs if you're watching this channel. So what we do here is custom golf cart and upgrades. So what we try to do is to take that robust, stout, one heck of a machine, great platform. I've been playing with a few other brands. They're all good in their own respects, and they're all kind of less desirable in some. As a fabricator, engineering background, working with motocross suspension with, you know, girls that blossom earlier than boys and put on weight, but they're required to race in different age groups, right? So you learn about all this motocross fancy suspension, and you have to make it work because your kids depend on you to provide that for them so that they can be successful when they want to, you know, succeed, right? So you have to make sense of all this, put it all together, and make it work for your kids, right? So that's what Evolution's doing for their customer base. Is they're saying, listen, we want to give you this amazing machine, fantastic stuff going on in here. It is stout, it is robust, it is great technology, it's fantastic budget, it's great warranty. God, the thing goes 25, it hauls butt, you know, it's good stuff. Hey, they did a great job, but it's a golf cart. So that 18-year-old will still have a cart left when he gets done horsing around, right? So what happens at Pops Customs, we take that thing and we do a conversion for you. It's a PTV conversion. It takes the cart and gets it as close to a PTV as you possibly can with what the factory has given us to work with. But here's the kicker. Not only does it make the steering easier, makes it ride nice, makes it do all that. Oh, I'm sorry, that's my seat people calling and I'm gonna have to ignore them. God, I've been waiting for them to call me. One of these days we'll build seats for you too, okay? We're just not quite there yet. We're working towards it, but we want to do right by you. So anyway, what we're trying to do, not necessarily is to like reinvent the wheel, right? We don't want to cause controversy because Evolution built us a great machine. We're not in competition with these guys. They do a heck of a job. If anything, we should freaking applaud them. Thank you. You gave us something awesome to work with. You got double A-arm suspension. You got coil-over monoshocks like you would have on a crazy motorcycle racing bike, right? So when that 18-year-old goes out there and gets crazy, sorry about that, this road's really rough down here in the Villages, Florida, guys. This heat. So they give you all this stout stuff, and it's amazing. Double A-arms, coilovers. It's really, really, really good. It carries the same camber through its whole cycle, so you don't have to fool with anything as far as like, oh, well, you can't put on this because of that, and this doesn't work with that, right? Like an engineering guy or somebody that was handy in their own garage would look at that design and go, that's good stuff. Well, what we're doing is we're capitalizing on that. What we're going to do is we're going to put this package together for you, right? That's what we're trying to help these people out with down in the Villages. And we've been doing this now for like, I don't know, 7 or 8 months, right? But you read these posts when people say something and you get kicked out of these groups, right? And I'm trying to do things different. I don't want to sit here and cause controversy. Excuse me. I'm going out to visit a friend down in the Villages this morning, so just dealing with some of this Villages traffic, and sometimes it can be a bit frustrating when you get to stop at light after light after light after light after you had told somebody that you would do your best to be there at a certain time, and then this happens, and it's just a bit frustrating. Sorry. So anyway, we put on these kits, right? So we take this cart, we transform it, right? There's a history behind this, and I'll do another video for you to get some history, so this might make sense to you, right? So in order to come up with this kit, as we're gonna call it, it bolts on. And right now it's at 350 bucks. It's lifetime warranty. Don't run into the tree. Don't run into your neighbor. Don't, do something stupid. And if you don't do it, you're fine. You're covered, right? It's steel, it's springs, it's urethane bushing, it's good stuff. There's a bunch more details that I don't want to get into and bore you, but so what we're doing is we're trying to correct it. So we're correcting it and trying to, correcting is a terrible word. It's not correcting. I'm sorry, guys. Change lanes wherever you want. You don't need a blinker. Just do whatever you need to do, right? Yeah, you're the only one here. Anyway, so the robustness comes from being a little taller. It's oversprung. It's ready to catch you, right? So when you get rowdy and you got your friends and it's boom and boom and boom, what we're doing is we're taking that out. We're transforming it, if you will, right? But we're doing it so budget friendly. Bear with me. It'll make sense here in a second. I'm gonna put these puzzle pieces together for you. So what happens is the robustness is tall, it's proud, it's got super strong springs. We put a lighter pack, we correct things. We take that robustness and we capitalize on it, and then we put it into a platform that brings it to a point where it's easier to get in, it's easier to get out. I don't know the exact math. I probably should do it because, whatever, but I probably should. So about 1.25 inches. Let's call it 1.25 inches. Maybe it's 1 1/8 inches. I don't know, right? But it comes down a little bit, but it's purposely built that way, and it's going to make the steering easier. It's going to make you feel like you got power steering. I'm going to do some little tech tips and tricks. A little tongue-tied, a little dry this morning. It's like 28% humidity. We live on the equator in the middle of Florida. We're surrounded by water, and our humidity is always like 95%. So when it's 20s, we don't know how to breathe here. It's dry. This is why everybody stays indoors when it starts to get this time of year, because it's rough on you. So back to the point here. So the thing comes down a little bit, right? So you can step into it easier. When it comes down, you'll notice in your steering angles where your wheels connect, it sets flatter. And so that is going to be a better position for you. The technical term for that, bump steer, right? If you want to look it up and get technical. But anyway, these things all happen through the magic of this kit. It puts everything in place for you so you don't have to think about it, right? It's literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 bolts. Right? So the guy that says, oh, you need to go buy these $700 big stupid balloon tires like you would put on a 1979 Honda ATC 110 when you go bonsai through the woods and you air it at 5 PSI, right? You're riding on a big air ride suspension is what you're doing basically, right? So now let's preload it at 5 PSI. Because that's where I like my suspension, and that's what you've effectively done with the big balloon tires. So here's the deal. That takes 16 lug nuts. That takes $700, I guess, on average. If you just looked up any nice 10-inch wheel, what is it, 205, 60, 510? That would be your typical 20 to 20.5-inch tire that most people would run. So now that you've got that, go put it on the cart, right? And it's a big old balloon tire on a small 10-inch rim, similar to our old 1970s cars. They had the little thin ring steering wheels, all that nonsense. Well, anyway, you're effectively making an air ride suspension. This thing fixes that. You don't have to go change 16 lug nuts. You don't have to go and take them off and then swap wheels and then buy wheels and then try to figure out what to do with the old wheels. And all these other people are so under the misconception that, oh, because it has street tires and they have small rims, that it's gonna ride terrible, right? No, this whole video, in fact, you know what? Give me 1 second. And I'll use first name, sir. Mr. Patrick, if you're ultimately following this YouTube channel and watching this video, I'm really sorry. This is the reason that I'm actually showing up a little late today, and I'm not proud of it, but I want these guys to see something, okay? I want you guys to see something. I'm gonna take just a quick second. We're putting that thing down where it's gonna ride nice. When the suspension system works, you don't need big, goofy balloon tires, okay? Now, I'm gonna try to go ahead and flip you. I think I can flip you somehow. I don't know. Okay, so let's just assume that I can't flip you and not bother because I don't want to cut you off. But sorry about that. Sunshine. Look at that. Big goofy wheels, right? Little tiny tires, right? See that? Little tiny tires. Little tiny tires. Oh, Pops Customs. That's who we are, by the way. Pops Customs. One day we'll have a website probably. Check that out. Little tiny tires, right? So we're going to do that stuff. So this is all shot inside the cab of this pickup truck, riding on those little tiny tires that, you know, if you looked at it and you didn't know, you'd say, oh God, that thing's probably terrible, right? You see those big goofy wheels. Well, I don't know. My daughter had them on her truck, something like that, and it looked cool to me. I wanted some too. So here we are, right? But anyway, a properly tuned suspension system is gonna fix it. It's not a Band-Aid. It's not a, oh, let's preset or preload at 10 PSI and see how it rides. Well, you got big, squirrely, goofy tires. Think about it. You went and bought the cart because it was attractive. It looked nice. It had the big, fancy wheels. It was nice, right? It was impressed. Oh, wow, I like this. It goes the distance. It does everything right, except that, oh, it rides a little rough. No big deal. Don't go buy the big, stupid balloon tires. Nah. PopsCustoms.com. PopsCustomz.com. Lifetime warranty. They're in stock. Build them all the time. I go out to the villages, install them, read the reviews, see what you think. If you want to go buy big goofy balloon tires, go buy them. They're going to ride even better than the little ones. There's nothing wrong with them. But that's not the answer. You're just sticking a Band-Aid over something that's not going to heal itself, right? Like, if that's what you want, you're not going to get it out of that because it's not built to be that. So the big balloon tires, yeah, you stick a little Band-Aid over it, it feels a little better. Okay, great. If that's what makes you happy, then okay. You want some wheels? I'll help you out. But I will tell you this, I'll turn 8 bolts. I'll bolt in replacement parts. I'll use all the OEM hardware, washers, bolts, that's everything. I'll do it for less than half the money or about half the money. My $349 kit is free shipping, tax included, fees included, lifetime warranty, delivered to your house. It fixes it. And you don't end up with a stack of wheels in your garage going, what the heck do I do with this? Well, if you do, or you already did, let me know. I might have some more people that might want them. I don't know. Anyway, if I can ever be of any more help, just holler. Just holler. Love you guys.